Ayubowan duwe pute, welcome to my YouTube channel again. I hope you are doing well in your maths. Today's lesson is going to be an English medium one. I'm going to discuss how to factorize quadratics. I'm going to present two examples and let's see how we go with that. By the way, ogolanta ape online ganitha panthi walata sambandha wenna onna English medium maths online ganitha panthi walata පල්ලෙහා තියෙන නම්බරයට කතා කරන්න. ඕගලන්ට ඒකෙදී ගොඩක් thorough explanations, thorough guidance ලැබෙනවා. ඉතින් ඕගලන් දෙමාපියන්ට කතා කරලා එම පන්ති වලට සම්බන්ධ වෙන්න. එහෙනම් අපි මේ ගාන පටන් ගමු. Let's go with this one. I have here x squared plus 6x plus 8. The question is how to factorize this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the linear term. What we are going to look at is the linear term, which is in this case 6x. The other term, the one in the front, is called quadratic. And then the last one is called the constant. So what we are looking at is, first is splitting the linear term where the product is the product of the quadratic and the constant term. In this case, 8 times x squared, 8x squared. Now, if I look at 6x, I can write down 6x as x plus 5x or 2x plus 4x or 3x plus 3x. And of course, there are other variations too, such as 8x minus 2x, one positive, one negative. But what we are looking at is the product is 8x squared. Now you can clearly see the number 2 and the 4 multiplied to give you an 8, which means I'm going to pick that as my split. Therefore, I replace the 6x as 2x plus 4x, and then of course I have x squared plus 8. Here I haven't changed my equation, simply rewritten in 4 terms. Now if you have 4 terms, you know how to factorize by grouping. So 2 at a time. I can see the x squared plus 2x has x in common, so the leftover is x plus 2. And 4x and 8, I know the number 4 is in common. So the 4 and then x, then what multiply to get 8 with 4 is 2. 4 times 2 is an 8, isn't it? Now if you look at the epute, we have the bracket in common. Put a different color. So that is x plus 2. If x plus 2 is in common, the leftover is the x and plus 4. So I write down x plus 4. Now you can see I have factorized x squared plus 6x plus 8 as x plus 2 and x plus 4. Well, of course, x plus 2 and x plus 4 are factors of x squared plus 6x plus 8. We'll look at another example and try to do little faster. Number 2. Let's call this one number 1. Let's say I have x squared, in this case minus 10x plus 21. I'm going to use a negative value here for the linear term. Again, I'm looking at writing down negative 10x where the product is now again, remember what we looked at? The product of the quadratic term and the constant term, which is 21x squared. Well, you know the two numbers add up to negative 10 and multiply to 21 are negative 3 and negative 7, which means negative 10x can be written as negative 3x minus 7x. Of course, you could have written this negative 7x minus 3x. That doesn't hurt. You will still get exactly the same answer as we get on the final stage. Let's move in here and then factorize. Now what do? I group them. First two and then the next two. This is a little tricky in the second part. However, let's have a look at that fairly quickly. The x is in common for x squared and a negative 3x. From the x squared, it is x times x. Therefore, x is left. From negative 3x, it is negative 3 left. The x is outside. The next one, of course, 7 in common. And if I look at, well, it is negative 7x. So you better be careful here. It's negative 7 is gonna go out. Left over is x, well, out of negative 7x. From 21, I know 7 times 3 is 21. However, the negative 7 is in the front. Therefore, what I need inside the bracket is negative 3 to make it positive 21 as it was before. By the way, if you look at here, the two brackets must be exactly the same for us to proceed. Therefore, I should get exactly the same, which is in this case, x minus 3 is the common factor for these two terms. What are the terms? The whole term here, x times x minus 3, negative 7 times x minus 3. The x minus 3 is in common. Now what is the leftover? X minus 7. X minus 7. Right. I hope you got through these two questions. Again, if you want to get these questions done quite thoroughly as well as again with great details, අපේ පන්තියකට සම්බන්ධ වෙන්න. පල්ලෙහා තියෙන නම්බරේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ අම්මලා තාත්තලාට කතා කරලා සම්බන්ධ වෙන්න. දෙමාපියෙක් මෙම වීඩියෝ එක බලනවා නම් කරුණාකරලා අපිට කතා කරන්න. ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ දරුවන් අපේ පන්ති වලට සම්බන්ධ කරන්න අවශ්‍ය නම් එහෙනම් අපි තවත් වීඩියෝ එකකින් හමු වෙමු. එතකන් ඔබ සැමට අයබෝවන්.